The pandemic was actually amazing for me and my mental health.
That's such an interesting thing to hear because most people I've talked to, business wise, just, friendships or just people that I run into, we get into conversation about the pandemic, COVID, and all that stuff. That's typically not what they say. They're typically like, well, I realized I was an alcoholic because I looked at all the bottles. Or I realized that I couldn't get my hands off myself because of whatever. I realized that I had issues in this way because of whatever. But then there's a lot of people that don't even realize that they have those things. So I think it's the awareness to be smart enough and open enough to go, wait a minute, this is a pattern here. So how do you work on that now, knowing that you've had those patterns and that you're one day at a time, but what does your daily life look like when it comes to that?
Well, it's changed since the beginning of the pandemic also. My wife is a therapist, so she actually has built-in processes that she uses with her own clients and stuff. So, we went into it going, okay, we know exactly what to do. We're going to do this, this, and this, and this. And of course that fell apart, It's easy to tell somebody to do something, but do it yourself is a lot of work. So, it's been a roller coaster ride during the pandemic also, but it's to stay active and to have things to do, have a list of things to do. That's really helped me. We're in the process of getting our house ready to put up for sale. It's a crazy time to do that, but because I've had a list of things to do, it's actually kept me really busy and focused, over the last couple months. And my work hasn't suffered. Our relationship hasn't suffered. We've had our drawbacks, but any couple will. And I think that's been kind of the difference, what the pandemic has brought me versus the before times, which I knew that I needed to do these things. I just didn't do it because it's easy for me to run out and be in the world and just kind of forget about the list that I made. Now I'm stuck here. And if I don't get the list made, I don't get anything accomplished. And there are days that I don't want to get anything accomplished, and I don't beat myself up for them anymore.
Yeah.
I can say, oh, I didn't do anything today. And then my wife will say, well, you got up, right? You cleaned the kitchen, you fed the cats, you made me lunch, you did this, you did that. You cleaned you vacuumed the house. What did you do for work? I sent this one email, and that's what I would be mad at is I just sent one email. And she goes, well, you did all this other stuff. Stop beating yourself up. Stop being the martyr yourself. But for the most part, I don't do that anymore. I can see when I start to get hard on myself, I will list what I did to myself. I'm like, okay, so you did this, this, and this, and this. So you weren't a lazy person all day. And sometimes it's okay to be a lazy person. If we stay busy all the time, it can be exhausting.
Yeah.
So I don't beat myself up for those little things anymore. At least I try not to. I try to be aware of what I'm thinking of, and then for the most part, I'm able to let that stuff go.